Hello, everyone. You're welcome to our training program again. My name is Jonathan Ikboza, and for decades now, I've been an artist and a painter, in fact, a full-time studio artist. So, from experience, there is a lot that we can share and discuss together to improve our art experiences, especially when it comes to marketing. The topic of this particular tutorial or discussion is how to market or sell your art either online or offline. You know, Firstly, we want to look at the fact that last time we discussed about motivating yourself to draw and to paint. So if you're to draw and to paint and you're already motivated and you get your work done, you need, before you start talking about selling, you need to make sure that your art is top notch, is the best of your ability. You train and get to the top where your art is, it's at the professional level or where the skill is well expressed. So now you have your product as an art. How do you sell or market that art? We're going to discuss some topic, at least about 7 of them, and the first one is how to place your art where you can get sales. So, firstly, we'll call it display your art where people will see it. If you ask any artist who have been selling in the past or who is even selling, the first thing they did was to make sure that people who were going to buy it see it. And this means that you have to showcase your work where people can see it. We're not talking about the internet now because we're talking right from before we start having social media taking the charge of most of the places where the artists are now selling. In the past, you just need to get your art for somebody to see it. Some relatives, some friends, and even friends or relatives, friends or workmates or colleagues get to see your work and they buy your work. So the first thing is put it where people can see it. And one of the most commonest place for artists to put their work is art exhibitions, either group exhibitions or solo exhibitions. So artists put their work where people can see it. There are other places too. Sometimes you get someone to offer you a space, maybe like in a shopping mall, maybe in a walkway where people passes through. You can display some of your art, and displaying some of those arts, you might need a stand, you might also need walls to hang those works, or you might even need to place them on easels where people can pass and see those works. So that is one way to sell your art. Make sure you put it where people can see it. And if you're talking online, it means you should also post it on your social media handle where people that are your friends or people that can check through your wall or your page can easily see them. So more so, you can also talk to friends who know artists or who know collectors, who know dealers, who you can also take your work to. But there is some experiences in the past, like some of my students, one of them experienced this in the past, and that wouldn't be good for you, especially as a starter. Like, he took his work, he wasn't through with his training, and he took his work to a place in Lagos. This place is renowned for buying artworks. When he took his works there, the first question they asked him was, "Are you true? Which school did you attended, or where did you learn your art training?" And he said he learned it in a studio, and he just needed to sell this piece. And they said, "You still need to train well. You still need to train more." You can see that can be very discouraging and uh, very off when it comes to his economy, having spent money and time and resources to get his art to that place, and it was not accepted. Unlike some experience too of some of my good students who actually finished the training very well. They take their work to a place and the person was like, where did you train? How long have you been trained? This is wonderful. Where have you been hiding? Where did you keep this work? Wow, I love it. And they bought such work. Or they even took such work to help such artists to sell it. And that is how their marketing began. So make sure your art is good enough and take it to where people can easily find it. More so, We're now going to the second topic. The second topic is talk about your art as a product. So you're not just looking at your artwork just as an artwork, like, oh, I love this work so much and so on. You need to take your artwork like a product. How do you treat your artwork like a product and it's just not an art? I have an experience in the past when I have a lot of artworks and I have this collector coming and wants to buy the works, and I was like, no, I'm not selling. I actually have other things that I can sell and so on. I wasn't taking it like a product. So, but I have to, for me to sell it, I have to look at such art as as a product, as something that has been created that someone else needs to acquire, and that person will need to be the next beneficiary of that gift or that product. So we don't want to attach too much to our art, because we are creating it not just for ourselves alone, but we're also creating it for others to enjoy. So when you create your art and you treat it like a product, you will market it like a product. Now, if you're asked to sell something that you are not the producer, take for example, like a toothpaste. You want to put in your best, you want to talk about the toothpaste, you want to talk about the advantage, talk about how people can enjoy it, how exciting it is, that when you brush with this toothpaste and you smile, is going to be wow, the world is going to be blown up, and your smile is going to be a memorable one in anyone seeing you smiling. And so you see, you are beginning to treat that particular thing as a product. So treat your art like that. Don't treat your art like some artists say, oh, well, once the person see it, if you like it, you buy it. If he doesn't like it, he doesn't buy it. And so treat it like something special, like a product that you need to put effort to sell. That is another one. So from there, the way you take your art is the same way that the other person, that the person you want to buy your art, or the customer, will likely see the art to be, and they might even see it better than you. They might even enjoy it better because you have had such artwork and for some time you've gotten used to it. So they are just getting used to this particular product, and before you know it, you're blown away with the goodness or the sweetness or the interesting thing about that particular product. So we also want to look at such art as something that when people see it, they might likely want to criticize it. They might want to even say words like, oh, it looks like so person, or don't bother about what they criticize on your work. But the important thing is take careful consideration into the critical analysis of that work, or whatever constructive criticism that is given. So we are now in number 3. So in this number 3 now, we're talking about you accepting constructive criticism to improve your product, to make your product more interesting. You need to pay attention to such constructive criticism, because it's not just for you, it's for more persons than yourself. And you also need to reject negative criticism, because some artists, the moment they try to sell and they encounter negative criticism or rejection, find out that their spirits get dampened and they find it difficult to move on. So in marketing, there are lots of no's. There are a lot of people you take your work to and they just tell you no, you're not interested. So don't let that deter you. Remember, there are lots of people who are successful today who have taken a lot of no's, and at the end, the yes, one yes means a lot. That's the yes you want to focus on. So on number 4, we want to take attention on our online presence as an artist. You want to sell, you want to go online. What are the do's and what are the don'ts? What are the things that you need to pay attention to? Okay, I'm very sure you're getting ready for the next point, which is the 4th one, how we can sell online. Well, if you like what we have been discussing so far, just this point we have made mention of, kindly subscribe to our channel, and also please share, like, or even give us some comments at the comment section. We would really appreciate to learn from you some of the ways that you use to start selling as an artist, or that you know, because it's not every one of us that's an artist. Some of us even collect art and we just love art. So how are you able to start selling the first piece of art? We really like to hear in the comment below. So please pay attention for our next video, where we'll be taking the next 4 points on how to market and sell your line and sell your art, especially in this concluding part of 2022 to 2023 and beyond. So watch out for our next video. We will appreciate